Have you ever noticed how nostalgic we can feel at Christmas? Remembering the Christmases that have gone by, the ones that were really great, that seemed almost perfect? Or we feel hopeful that this year we can duplicate that, or we can create it if we've never had it before. We can create the Christmas of our dreams if we just do all of the right things. We're going to talk about that today in this video. The idea of creating the perfect Christmas and what it can mean to us. And while we talk about it, we're going to watch me decorate my living room. If you find yourself relating to any of this, some of my thoughts, or the things we're talking about, you might want to think about subscribing and joining our wonderful community. Everyone has a different idea about what a perfect Christmas looks like for them and what the perfect type of decor is. Some people enjoy replacing their decor every year, and they like to keep things really simple. Some people enjoy collecting decor for years, and every piece of decor has a memory associated with it. They could remember what happened that year, the ups and downs, the sicknesses, the poor times, the times when they were doing better financially, their family members that have come and gone, and it just is such a sweet thing to even look at the decor. Some people enjoy the creative activity of decorating, and they have a lot of fun mixing it up. Well, we're in the camp of collecting decor. We've been collecting it for 48 years, going back to our very first year when we were so poor. We had a tree that was so dried out the store had painted it green, and we didn't notice it till we got home. And my parents had a department store, gave us some decor in boxes because some of the items had broken and they couldn't sell them. So I really think it is fine to do it exactly how you want. But we're really not talking about Christmas decor in this video, although we are watching me decorate. We're talking about perfectionism and how it can interfere with the specialness of the holiday season. We sometimes remember past Christmases, often wrongly, and we assign a level of perfectionism to them that really didn't actually exist. It wasn't the activities or the decor, it was the feelings we had. And we want to have those happy feelings again. So we think we have to make things perfect. And if we can't, sometimes we tend to blame ourselves or even the ones we love for not cooperating with our plans because they're spoiling the perfection of the Christmas we want. The irony is, if we just relaxed and let the whole thing flow, it might feel happier and perhaps even perfect. We would laugh at the failures and the disappointments, and we'd let them be part of the Christmas lore we tell and retell in the future. We've had Christmases when we struggled to provide gifts for our children, or even the traditional Christmas foods. We've had Christmases where our family members were sick or recently passed away. We've had Christmases when our children were very disappointed with their gifts. Over time, that became funny to all of us. But no matter what happened, what saved us through the ups and downs is that we managed to remember what Christmas is all about. It's a celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. I really think that's true. The more we honor Him and celebrate this amazing thing, the more perfect it all feels, because we are not seeking perfection ourselves. We are celebrating His perfection. The mistake we often make is when we try to be perfect ourselves and worry about what other people might think if we aren't perfect. I've recently learned that there's a difference between perfectionism and self-improvement. When you are trying to improve yourself to get better, you're in the process of learning, of growing, of trying to do things well because it pleases you. But perfectionism is when we're worrying about what other people think. If I don't decorate this living room right, will someone out there criticize it or think that it's not right, or say, I would never do that. If I worry about that, then I can fall into the trap of perfectionism. I put in a search in Google about perfectionism and the holidays or Christmas time, and AI gave me some interesting information that I'd like to share with you. Perfectionism can make the holidays stressful and disappointing, and can lead to feelings of unhappiness. Perfectionists often set high standards for themselves and others, and can feel overwhelmed by the pressure to meet those expectations. This can lead to disappointment if things don't go according to plan, or if family members don't act the way they expect. Here are some tips for dealing with perfectionism during the holidays. Number 1. Let go of perfectionism. Try to shift your mindset and enjoy the holidays with gratitude and contentment. When my mother got older, she tried to control our experiences by duplicating her happy memories, the memories of her childhood and of my childhood. And as a result, she tried to control our experiences by all the things and all the food she put together. The problem is, we often didn't cooperate with her, and it didn't turn out the way she wanted because our expectations weren't the same as hers. Maybe we wanted to go do something that she hadn't had on her program, or maybe we had an idea of a special food we wanted to make instead of what she wanted to make. And I saw her year after year after year become disappointed because she wanted Christmas to be perfect according to her way. It was only when she gave that up that she began to really enjoy Christmas again. The second thing we can do is just to be more spontaneous. Try to be spontaneous so you can stay present and enjoy the holidays. Excessive planning and expectations, like my mother learned, can lead to disappointments. The third thing is to don't compare yourself to others. Remember, everyone experiences Christmas differently, and that's okay. It's okay not to have everything go as you planned. Comparisons are problematic when we think that our way of doing things are better than others' ways. And then we become prideful and critical, or when we compare ourselves to others and feel that we are coming up short. We sometimes feel that others do things much better and that they are better. This is a miserable way to exist and can certainly lessen the joy we feel at Christmas time. If we're having difficulties, such as poor health or financial challenges, sometimes we compare what we can do now against what we were able to do in the past. If we're having health problems or financial problems, we can become very miserable and dissatisfied with our current life instead of feeling joy for the good things we are experiencing. I have fibromyalgia. I just can't do the kinds of things for our family the way I used to, and it takes me so much longer to decorate or to cook or to plan, but I am okay with that. I used to could decorate the whole house in 2 days. I can't now. I decorated this living room, but it took me more than 4 days to do it, just a little bit at a time. And as you can see in this project I'm working on here, where I decided to paint this piece of thrifted art into a Christmas tree, and I messed it up because I just kept trying to make it more and more and more perfect. And frankly, I started to worry about what you might think about what I did, and I went too far with the painting, went past the point where it was pretty in my eyes, and just made a mess out of it. So I thought about it overnight, and I came up with another plan. And my initial version of that plan just didn't go well, and it didn't turn out right. And then I felt kind of sorry for myself, and I decided to go into Barnes & Noble, which is one of my places that cheers me up. I just love wandering around the bookshelves. I got an idea that I would have never come up with otherwise. So I came home, and I worked on it, and I ended up really, really liking how it turned out. It might not be something that you care for or something that you would ever do. But you know what? That's all right. As long as I am happy with it, then it is perfect. Key thing to helping me be happy with it is I stop trying to make it perfect. Another thing we can do is to focus on gratitude. Gratitude for Christ's birth. Gratitude for our family or our friends, the people around us. Gratitude that we have a place to live and food to eat and clothing to wear. Gratitude for what we have. Instead of feeling worried or afraid or resentful about the things that we don't have. Perfectionism can be caused by a number of things. Fear of judgment or disapproval. Sometimes it causes from our early childhood experiences. Maybe we had parents or teachers that had unrealistic expectations, and so we were always in a state of upset. Maybe we found that we got praised for things like our appearance, how we did in school, our ability to make friends, any talents that we had, performing, whatever it might be. And it felt really good to get praise for those things, and those feelings started to become part of us. And then when things didn't work out for us, maybe we didn't look good on a certain day, or someone else judged us to not look as well, and they criticized what we were wearing or the makeup we had on, or in my case, I used to play the violin. I got so critical of myself whenever I made the slightest error, trying to make everything perfect, or we don't get the perfect grades. I had kind of a year this year where I've changed my mind about a lot of things. I've decluttered some things and belongings, but I think the most important thing is that I have decluttered myself from the idea that I need to be perfect. Now, if I could declutter myself from the idea that I need to do more than I need to do all the time, because I do struggle with health problems. I can't do what I used to do, and mostly I feel all right about that, but sometimes I do feel kind of disappointed. So here's my living room now, and it's all decorated. I had a lot of fun. I didn't worry about it as I would have in the years past. I used some decorations we've had a long time. As you saw, I had to glue some hands and arms on our nativity scene. I have some items that people have given me, and I just had a really great experience, not trying to be perfect when I decorated this living room. And you know what? That's what I want for the rest of the Christmas. Just to have a good time, just relax, not compare what I can do with what others can do, and what can happen this year when we don't have as much money to spend on gifts as we have some years. By giving up perfectionism, I might make the very perfect Christmas for us this one year. Okay, I'll talk to you again in the future. Bye.